The city of Murfreesboro's urban forestry crew had to take a fully mature tree down from the city's right-of-way because it was dying. The city arborist explains what the tree was suffering from and what you need to look out for.
Today I'm going to talk a little bit about a common fungus that we see around Middle Tennessee. It's really nationwide. It's called Maria diesta. The common name is brittle cinder. So this is a pretty aggressive fungus, meaning it spreads fairly rapidly throughout the tree once it's infected.
Trees are infected because of open wounds that a lot of times occur from weed eaters eating into the trunk. Fungus spores are carried by the wind into these wounds. If you have open wounds near the ground, mulch is recommended because there is no cure for this fungus.
I would consider it a dangerous fungus due to the type of decay that it causes on the tree. So this fungus attacks the cellulose and the lignin in the cell walls of the plant cells, which results in the wood tissue becoming very brittle and prone to failure. Another reason why it's fairly dangerous is the tree won't show any signs of stress. So from the outside looking in, you think, oh, this tree is perfectly healthy, the canopy is nice and full, but really it's the base of it's really compromised. So we see this a lot in trees like storm damage jobs that have uprooted across the road. I like to always look at those and see, hey, why this happened, or could this be prevented? And a lot of times you will see signs of this, but you have to be looking for them or aware. So at a young age, this fungus is gray with whiter edges. It kind of looks like a cushion or a pillow growing on the side of the tree. And then as it matures, it becomes black and reminds me of like burnt wood, or some people call it like charcoal. So this is a prime example. So this is an elm tree that we are working on today. From the outside, it looks really healthy, but here you can see this is the mature stage of this fungus, is all of this brittle cinder. And so these roots, this fungus probably extends down into these roots past this root flare, and we're concerned with this tree because it encompasses, I would say, at least 50% of this base. And so this was one that we got to rather quickly once we were aware of this issue due to the location of this tree and potential targets. So if you have something like this in your yard that you see, make sure you're calling a local arborist or something to come out and maybe do a tree inspection for you and try to get it resolved before it turns into something a little worse.
Carson recommends if your tree is infected to keep an eye on it. If it's a small area, it might be okay for a while, but when it's spread across most of the base, he recommends it be taken down.
Once it encompasses 40-50% of that base, or maybe even a little less, depending on potential targets, you probably need to start thinking about having it removed before it does fail and land on something that is important to you. We're going to remove this tree. We're going to get it to a safe level today, and then we'll come back, we'll grind the stump, and carry away all the debris. Because even after you grind it, that fungus can still be spreading. So if you don't want to use this as mulch after you have it ground, you don't want to mulch around other trees because it will spread that way too.